Wise fellas, the three thinketeers, the sage, the fish, and the airy. These are all very legitimate names that refer to Thales, Anaximander, and Anaximenes. Let's start the video, and you can thank me for the names later. Hi, Epicurean Stoic here, and welcome back to another video. So far in the ancient Greek philosophy series, we've talked about Hesiod as an important pre-philosophical figure, and then Thales, the first philosopher, and the pair of Anaximander and Anaximenes, who were the next two in line. In today's video, I want to focus on the three of them, Thales, Anaximander, and Anaximenes, as a team of sorts. So let's dive right in and take stock, in order to see why they are prioritized in our discussion on the birth of philosophy, and what intellectual inheritance they left to their successors. First of all, something that is rarely appreciated. Each of the three natural philosophers developed their own unique cosmology, with each adding their own thoughts, arguments, analogies, and overall genius to elevate the conversation to new heights. This suggests a revolutionary level of tolerance of differing opinions and a spirit of collaboration and progress, something that is all too rare when one looks at any chapter in history. Secondly, myths and anthropomorphic divine entities are abandoned in favor of rational examination of the world, positing natural entities for natural phenomena. Thirdly, the theorizing process and the area in which it operates takes a certain form, including but not limited to the following elements. The observed plurality of the world reduces down to a single first principle, the protiarchy. Natural phenomena have physical causes, forming a chain that goes back to the archy. The archy itself is eternal and possesses properties that allow for dynamic change and evolution, leading to the world we observe. The world operates in a regular way according to laws, and these laws are subject to rational inquiry by the human mind. Symmetry and analogy can be used to make arguments and arrive at conclusions about the world. Geometrical and mechanical models can be used to formulate theories about the world. Mathematics can be used to further our quantitative understanding of the world. And finally, the qualitative is reduced to the quantitative. I've mentioned examples of these points in my previous videos in some form or another, but what I want to make clear is that not only did these thinkers get many conclusions wrong, but they also had a plethora of arguments and analogies that were faulty from the get-go. I'm saying this especially in light of one of the final things in my last video, about Anaximenes and his analogy between the human psyche and the world. I don't agree with him, but I expanded on it in the video because not only is that the first time such an analogy was made, one that would be used time and time again until today, but also because some later Greek philosophers like Socrates and Plato would focus on it and use it to a great extent. So if I am to highlight the different trends of thought, the theoretical threads if you will, and the overall close continuity of Greek philosophy from Thales all the way down to the Stoics, then spending time for a proper setup is necessary, and that entails the risk of me looking like I'm heaping praises to faulty arguments. I'm not. I'm just cutting these guys some slack, since they were saying things like these when the only alternative was actually believing Poseidon went for a ride on his chariot, and that created huge storms that sank ships, and the only way to remind him not to take the horses for a gallop was to make sacrifices or to consult the mumblings of a virgin girl after they had been conveniently translated according to the current political interests of the priests. Finally, I'll leave you with one last thought I have about the greatness of the Milesians. As I said in my first point a minute ago, they were building on top of other people's theories and progress, and so together, in the mere 70 to 75 years when they were active, they furthered our knowledge, our research and thinking methods, and our understanding of the world. But most importantly, their work stood as an invitation. It moves us forward, and then, holding a baton in its extended hand, waited for the next group of people who would reach, grab it, and take it even further before passing it down to yet another group, and so on and so forth. This process is what happens in modern philosophy all the time, with people not just refuting, but also expanding on and refining other people's work. And for all these, we have the three men from Miletus to thank, and this is their true legacy. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the previous videos of the series if you want to learn more details about the stuff I mentioned today, and if you like the stuff I mentioned, press like and subscribe to my channel. Due to the Odyssey that is traveling home during these tumultuous times, I will not be able to have a video ready for next Friday, but rest assured that in 2 weeks' time, you'll get a brand new video on Heraclitus, the man who truly captured flow, both in his philosophy and in his writing. Until then, have a great day. Try watching Goodfellas or The Good, the Bad and the Ugly without thinking of those posters and those names, and as always, seek virtue.